Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai, Vole Baba Ki Jai. In our last discourse, we read about the birth of another son of the architect of the god. His name was Virtrasura. We'll go on with chapter 3. Vedavyasa said, O king, having the special ceremony, which is to secure the welfare to avert calamity, performed by the Brahmins, first in the Vedas, the powerful Vitra mounted on his chariot and started to kill Indra, the king of the gods. The demons that were previously defeated by the Devas, now knowing Vritrasura to be powerful, came up to him to serve his cause. The messengers of Indra, when they saw Vritra ready for battle, hurriedly came to Indra and informed him all about his doings and other matters connected with it. O Lord, Vishvakarma has been very much grieved by his son being slain by you. He got very angry, and by magic powers has created now a son in order to kill you. That indomitable Vitrasura is now your powerful enemy. Mounting on his chariot, he is coming here to fight with you, surrounded by other demons. O highly fortunate one, this enemy of yours is as high as the mountain Meru. He is now coming hurriedly to you, making a terrible noise. Guard yourself carefully. O king, while Indra was hearing the messengers, the Devas came there, pain-stricken and terrified, and all said, the Gana said, O Lord of the gods, ominous signs are being seen in the houses everywhere. The birds are making sounds very inauspicious and foreboding. A very great calamity seems to be coming. Crows, vultures, herons, falcons, and other inauspicious birds are crying and making hoarse sounds on top of houses. Other birds are making incessantly harsh sounds. The carriers of several of the Devas are weeping and shedding tears always. O highly fortunate one, on the tops of houses are heard loud and very dreadful crying of Rakshasas in the dead of night. O giver of honor, the flags on the chariots are all falling on the ground without any trace of wind. These ominous signs are being visible on earth and in the air. The Devas women, while sleeping in their own temples, are seeing in their dreams this terrible Rakshasa coming to them and cutting away their hair and their heads and are frightening them. O Indra, the gods, the inauspicious signs like these and earthquakes and the falling of the meteors are taking place. The jackals come in the cart charge of houses at night and yell horrible, heart-rending sounds. Lizards are moving always in the rooms, and the several limbs of our bodies are shaking and thus making very inauspicious signs. Hearing all these words, Indra became very anxious and called Brihaspati, the Devi guru, and asked him. Indra spoke, O Brahman, very inauspicious signs are being visible. Dreadful winds are blowing and stars are falling from the skies. What are all these, O intelligent one? You are very wise and versed in the sastras and are the guru of the Devas. You are omniscient and know very well how to remedy these evils. Therefore perform the rites of which enemies can be killed. Do such as our miseries will all be averted. Brihaspati said, O thousand-eyed one, what shall I do? You have committed recently a heinous crime. You killed that innocent Muni, and so you have earned a very bad karmic effect. Very violent sins and good deeds produce their effects very quickly. It is therefore highly incumbent on those that desire for their own welfare to take up any work with great discretion. It is never advisable to do any action that leads to the tormenting of others. Never do they find happiness who give pain to others. O Indra, you have created Brahmahatra under the influence of greed and delusion. Now suddenly has appeared the fruit of that act. O king of the gods, this Vitras Asura is born invulnerable to all the Devas. That powerful, indomitable Asura chief is now coming, mounted on a chariot, to kill you, surmounted by the other demons, and taking with him the Vishvakarma made divine arms and weapons equal to thunderbolts. He is coming like a second Kal, as it were, to destroy the whole universe. There is none in this Triloka capable to kill him, and his death will not also take place. While Brihaspati was thus speaking, a great tumultuous uproar rose at once. The Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Yakshas, Munis, and the other immortals began to fly away from their quarters. Indra, seeing the Devas flying away, became very anxious and gave orders at once that all subservient to him must be ready at once for battle. They must go and call the Vasus, the Rudras, the twin Ashvins, the Itas, the Pushas, the Bhagas, the Vayu, Kubera, Varuna, Yama, and the other Devas to come there at once. The enemy is very well nigh, so let all the Devas come on their vehicles quickly there. Thus ordering, Indra mounted on his elephant and taking the Sura Guru in front of him from his own temple. The other Devas, mounted on their respective carriers and firmly resolved to fight, started with all their arms and weapons. On the other hand, Vritrasura, surrounded by the demons, came up to the beautiful mountain adorned with trees on the north side of the Mansarava lake. Indra too came there with Brihaspati in front of him and attended by all the other Devas to that mountain and began to fight. A dreadful fight then ensued between Vritra and Indra with clubs, swords, arrows, saktis, parsus, and other weapons. The terrible fight lasted for full 100 human years, terrifying to the self-controlled rishis and all the human beings. Varuna first turned his back, then Vayu, then Yama, the sun and moon, and then Indra also fled from the battlefield. Seeing Indra and the other Devas flying away, Vritrasura came to the hermitage and there bowed down to his father, who looked very glad. And he said, "O father, I have carried out your orders. Indra and all the other Devas are defeated in the battle. As elephants and deer fly away when seeing a lion, so the Devas all fled away to their respective abodes. I have taken the sacred elephant, the best of elephants, away from Indra, who has fled on foot. O father, I have brought the elephant here. Kindly accept it. O father, it is not advisable to kill a man who is terrified. Therefore I did not kill them. Now kindly order anything else that I may fulfill your desires." All the Devas fled away from the battlefield, very much tired and terrified. And what more to say than this, that Indra too fled, leaving his sacred elephant on the field. Vishvakarma became very glad to hear his son's words and said, "Today I can rightly say that I have got my son and that my life is successful. O son, today you have sanctified me. My cares and worries are abated. My mind is also calm to see your wonderful prowess. O child, now hear attentively what I say, O highly intelligent one. Now carefully sit on your steady posture and practice tapasya. Never trust anybody. Indra is now your enemy, ever ready to find your faults, and clever in sowing dissension between you and your well-wishers. O son, tapasya is not an ordinary thing. Lakshmi, prosperity, is obtained thereby, Excellent kingdoms, increased vigor, and victories in battles are obtained. Worship the auspicious Creator calmly and carefully. The four-faced Brahma then will be pleased and grant you your desired boon. First please the Creator of the indomitable powers, from whose womb has sprung all the universe, and get then immortality from him. Then kill that guilty Indra, my enemy. O son, my feeling of enmity due to the killing of my son reigns always in my mind. I cannot go to sleep peacefully, nor do I get peace in any way. The vicious Indra killed my son, O Vritra. What more can I say to you? I am merged in the ocean of sorrow. Save me. Thus, hearing his father's words, Vritrasura became inflamed with anger, and getting his permission, set out gladly to practice tapasya. He then went to the sacred mountains and performed his bath in the holy and auspicious rivers. Then he took his seat of kusa grass to practice his tapasya. He left off gradually taking his food, then subsisted on water only and remained engaged in yoga, and seated in his asana. He meditated incessantly on Prajapati, the creator of this universe, Lord Brahma. Indra, on the other hand, knowing Vritrasura engaged in tapasya, became very anxious and sent to him Gandharvas, Yakshas, Kamaras, Asparas, and other Deva messengers, all of unbounded vigor to create obstacles to his austerities. These Gandharvas and other Devi experts in exercising magical spells tried many ways and means and various gestures and postures to create disturbances in his penance. But that great ascetic, Rutra, the son of Vishvakarma, did not swerve a bit from his meditative state. Here ends the third chapter of the sixth book of the defeat of the Devas army and on Vritra's tapasya in the Mahapurana Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshvari Mat ki jai, Buddha Baba ki jai.